Experts warn that Earth is currently experiencing the most severe crisis ever recorded in history. Year after year, global temperatures keep rising to unprecedented levels. As a consequence, massive fish populations are dying due to bacteria released by melting polar glaciers. Current projections suggest this catastrophe may last for decades, or, in the worst case, may never be fully resolved. Several countries are grappling with food insecurity, which has triggered civil unrest and uprisings. Many fear that humanity is heading toward collapse. A decade later, while most of the world struggles with food shortages caused by climate disruption, Thailand remains a rare exception, with its citizens still having adequate resources. To ensure fair food distribution, the Thai government appoints a group of trusted individuals to deliver supplies to central depots. During one such mission, Singh and his partner are ambushed by a band of robbers. Although the situation is dangerous, Singh, a former Muay Thai champion, steps out of the vehicle to confront the threat. Unarmed and alone, he expertly disables his attackers and emerges without injury. Relying on his extensive background in underground fighting, Singh deftly avoids the improvised weapons his enemies wield, then calls for his partner to help guard the food loaded in the back of their truck. Upon arrival at the drop-off point, he and his partner hand the goods over to the traders. However, one package is found unsealed, prompting the client to withhold part of the agreed payment. After this incident, Singh acquires a motorcycle and reunites with his wife, who plans to travel back to Chiangdao. In stark contrast to the suffering of most citizens, a fortunate few still enjoy lavish feasts, complete with fish dishes and fine wine. Behind this glittering excess stands a man named Mr. Fasu, widely regarded as the mastermind behind the policies that kept Thailand afloat during the worst food crisis in modern history. Now, Fasu launches a new project aimed at making Thailand a global hub for food trade. As he hosts a grand banquet to raise funds for his ambitious venture, his business partner Johnny suddenly suffers violent convulsions and is rushed to the hospital. Meanwhile, Singh rides home on his new motorcycle, where his wife Rin confronts him for repeatedly getting involved in dangerous work. After tending to the cuts on Singh's face, Rin prepares for her hospital shift, which she senses is busier than usual. During her rounds, she is accompanied by a boy who dreams of becoming a doctor, Buddy, the son of one of Rin's closest friends. Rin gives him special attention to make sure he feels safe and comfortable. That night, Rin has to leave Buddy for a moment to assist with a surgery. Just as she is about to begin, the hospital director suddenly arrives and asks her to come with him, assigning another doctor to handle the case. As the hospital's best surgeon, Rin is chosen to deliver urgent news to Mr. Fasu regarding his wife's critical condition. Back in the operating room, the patient Rin had initially been treating continues to suffer relentless seizures. The medical team fails to stabilize him, and within minutes, Johnny dies. Suddenly, he revives and attacks a nurse who is analyzing his blood to determine the cause of death. After killing the nurse, the reanimated corpse, now a zombie, begins roaming the hospital corridors, brutally attacking anyone he encounters, and plunging staff and patients into panic and chaos. Elsewhere, Singh hears an emergency announcement about the hospital where Rin works. Anxious, he hurries to the facility only to find crowds of worried relatives and loved ones gathered outside. Seeing security personnel attacked by the infected, tensions rise among the civilians. In an attempt to help, police try to fight the creatures but are quickly overpowered and bitten. Forced to act, they return fire. Amid the chaos, Singh forces his way into the hospital to find Rin, navigating through the turmoil while security struggles against the undead. At that moment, Rin is hiding in a room with a patient who has been bitten. Unaware that the virus is transmitted through bites, she carefully leaves the room to investigate the disturbance. Upon returning, she is nearly pounced on by the elderly man who had earlier pleaded for her help. Terrified, she flees, hearing the horrifying screams of victims on the upper floors. Meanwhile, Singh reaches the communications center and uses the PA system to call out to his wife. Rin hears his voice and tries to respond, but a sudden power outage cuts the electricity, preventing her from revealing her location. Realizing that all electronic systems have failed, he abandons his original plan and decides to search for Rin manually. When he opens a door, a zombie ambushes him. He engages in a brutal hand-to-hand fight, and, realizing strength alone isn't enough, he uses a telephone cable to choke and disable the creature. At last, it goes limp. Moving along the corridor, Singh encounters a swarm of infected. Using his Muay Thai skills, He fights through and reaches the emergency stairwell. There, he hears a child crying and decides to double back. Knowing a child cannot survive alone in a place like this, he finds Buddy cornered by a zombie crawling under a hospital bed. Just as the creature is about to grab the boy, Singh rushes in and drags the zombie away. Following Buddy's urgent instructions, Singh learns that the only way to neutralize this threat is to destroy the zombie's head, and he begins smashing skulls with precise, decisive blows. After defeating the zombies, Singh asks the boy if he knows Dr. Rin. Buddy replies that she is his closest friend, prompting Singh to ask for his help navigating the hospital. The boy leads him to the department where his mother works. Outside the facility, Thai military officers conclude that the outbreak must be contained by any means necessary. They declare that anyone who leaves the hospital must be executed to prevent the infection from spreading. After evaluating the risk, the commander recommends that the hospital be destroyed entirely. Convinced by this grim assessment, the government sends soldiers to plant explosives throughout the building. Meanwhile, Rin reaches the pathology section and finds the security room door locked. She tries to take the key ring from the head of security's belt, but is suddenly attacked. She barely manages to escape, secures the keys, and locks herself inside the camera control room. As she reviews the footage, it becomes clear that there is no single area in the hospital that is truly safe. Elsewhere, Buddy and Singh arrive at Buddy's mother's office. There, they see a notice on the bulletin board indicating that Rin had a scheduled operation on the 5th floor. Determined to find her, they head up, only to have their path blocked by a large horde of zombies. Forced to retreat, they take refuge in a nearby room where a young man is caring for his hospitalized father. As the undead begin closing in, Singh makes a quick decision to escape via an alternate route, climbing scaffolding with Buddy, who is terrified as he witnesses the horrific sight of the old man and his son being torn apart by the zombies. As they climb, a ghastly figure appears at the window and grabs the boy's leg, making Buddy scream in fear. Acting fast, Singh hurls a sharp tool straight into the zombie's skull, ending the threat, then helps the panicking child reach the top. Once safe, the two embrace, washed with relief after narrowly escaping death. When they reach the 2nd floor, Buddy spots his mother and runs to embrace her. But just as he nears her, Singh notices a bite mark on the nurse, an ominous sign she could turn at any moment. The nurse, Ming, tells them the doctor is on the 10th floor and begs Singh to look after her son, knowing she cannot go with them. Once Buddy realizes his mother is infected, he bursts into tears, crushed by the reality that he must leave her behind. Even through her own tears, Ming insists that Singh is the boy's only hope of surviving this nightmare. As they exit the maternity ward, Buddy slips free and runs back into his mother's arms, only to find she has already turned into a zombie. Terrified, he screams, drawing nearby infected. Without hesitation, Singh scoops up the child and sprints for the emergency stairs, determined to reach the 10th floor. Meanwhile, in the surveillance room, Rin spots Mr. Fasu on one of the cameras and decides to shelter where he is. After confirming Rin has not been bitten, Fasu tries to calm her panic, assuring her that a rescue team is on the way. Once the explosives are fully planted, the soldiers receive orders to evacuate Mr. Fasu from the building, risking their lives to save him. When a military helicopter appears overhead, Buddy cheers, convinced that salvation has arrived. The bitter truth, however, is that the operation is dedicated to evacuating one specific individual. The rescue team has only 30 minutes to complete the mission before the entire facility is destroyed in a massive explosion. With his wife's blood supply running low, Fasu offers Rin a deal. If she can secure more blood for his wife, he will make sure Rin is evacuated safely. With resolve, Rin steps into the corridor, moving silently so as not to draw attention. Unfortunately, she is caught by Singh as she opens a squeaky door, accidentally attracting nearby creatures. As the undead surge toward her, Singh creates a diversion, shouting and fighting them hand to hand, while Rin struggles to seal the entryway. At that moment, soldiers break onto the 10th floor and battle their way to Fasu's hideout. After securing the tycoon and his wife, they prepare to leave, abandoning Rin. As she is nearly cornered by a zombie, Rin smashes a glass panel and begs Buddy to help her. The boy rushes in with a fire extinguisher, using it to create enough distraction for the doctor to take cover. Rin tries to crawl to safety, but another sound gives away her position, drawing the zombie back. Just as the creature attacks, Singh appears, pummeling the zombie's head over and over until the thing collapses. At last, it is dead. The couple finally reunites. Outside the room, however, the rescue team is attacked. One of the medics tending to Fasu's wife is bitten amid the chaos. Fearing for his wife, Fasu pleads with the soldiers to go back for Rin, the only person capable of treating her. But when they encounter Singh, they mistakenly think he's infected and open fire. As Singh hits the ground, Rin runs to his side, frantically trying to stop the bleeding. But she is pulled away before she can fully help him. Summoning every ounce of strength, Singh rises and uses his Muay Thai skills to fight off the infected. Realizing the soldiers intend to abandon everyone else, he is forced to confront them in a brutal clash to protect his wife and the child. Though wounded in the shoulder, Singh grapples with the armed men at close quarters. Just as he begins to lose consciousness, a zombie attacks one of the soldiers, forcing him to release Singh and giving the fighter a crucial chance to recover. When Singh comes to, he sees the soldier being devoured. He is too weak to stand, but Rin hurries to dress his wound before he loses more blood. Despite the pain, Singh stays focused and immediately starts planning a route to get Rin and Buddy out of the hospital. Looking at his wife, he says that once they're free, they will go back to live in Chiangdao. Overwhelmed, Rin realizes she may finally return to her birthplace. With only 15 minutes left before detonation, Buddy carefully cracks a door to scout the way ahead. To his horror, he sees the soldier who had fought Singh now turned into a zombie. To remove the threat, Singh lures the creature into a storage area and douses it with flammable liquid. Thinking quickly, he sets the zombie ablaze. And, at last, the creature is dead. However, the act triggers the building's fire suppression system, with disastrous effects. Zombies scattered throughout the hospital begin to undergo horrific mutations. Within seconds, they transform into even more terrifying and repulsive forms, filling the corridors with unnatural shrieks. As the three navigate the hospital seeking an exit, they encounter Mr. Fasu and his wife. On closer examination, Rin notices bulging veins coursing across the woman's body and suspects she is infected. Fasu, overjoyed to see his wife conscious, refuses to leave her. As he approaches, she bites him, confirming Rin's fears. Without hesitation, Singh grabs his family and flees. Moments later, the mutated zombies pounce on Mr. Fasu and tear him apart. In the end, he dies where he stands. With no other victims nearby, they set their sights on the last three survivors. Realizing they are being hunted, Singh chooses to stay behind, drawing the monsters away so Rin and Buddy can escape to the roof. Once they reach the helipad, they encounter a soldier who orders them to turn around for inspection. After confirming neither has been bitten, he quickly asks about the rest of the rescue team, saying he has lost all contact with them. Upon learning his comrades are dead, he hurriedly powers up the helicopter and prepares to evacuate the civilians. Rin pleads with him to wait 5 more minutes for her husband. As Rin and Buddy board the helicopter and brace for takeoff, Singh finds himself boxed in inside a vehicle, doing everything he can to pull the creatures away. Completely surrounded, he has no clear way out, and time is almost gone. Before he can catch his breath, another wave of undead appears, forcing him to sprint toward the roof. By the time he reaches it, Singh is utterly exhausted. Gasping for air, he braces his weight against the heavy door, holding it with the last of his strength to keep the zombies from bursting through and swarming the waiting helicopter. With only 3 minutes left before the hospital is demolished, the soldier on board issues the pilot a stark ultimatum: take off now, or no one survives. Seeing her husband only a few meters away, Rin is seized by panic. Determined to face his fate with dignity, he turns toward the oncoming horde, resolved to take down as many monsters as possible before the inevitable end. Just as he exhales, the entire rooftop erupts in a thunderous explosion. The blast rocks the aircraft, and in that instant she realizes Singh has been swallowed by the fireball. Overwhelmed with grief, Rin hugs Buddy tightly. Together, they mourn the irreplaceable loved ones they lost that night. Weeks pass. Though still haunted by the memory of those final moments, Rin begins the process of healing. She moves to the quiet town of Chiangdao with Buddy, trying to rebuild a life from the ruins of tragedy. What she does not know is that fate still has one last surprise. It turns out Singh survived the explosion, relying on instinct and strength to shelter himself inside a reinforced metal capsule just moments before detonation. The film Xiam closes with the fighter beginning a new journey, and, at last, holding on to the hope that he can reunite with the woman he swore to protect.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Because by subscribing, you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.